Greetings all you mains from Minds Rhymes, and today I'm going to be doing a second video of me addressing why it seems I very, very rarely do Warframe. And well, the long and skinny of it is, I'm bored of the game, pretty much fully bored of it, because there's really nothing for me to do, to go for, because, again, I think I've stated this before, but I have been playing the game since late 2018, early 2019. I have been playing Warframe for a very long time. I have over 4,000 hours on Steam, and in-game, it's like, I think it's like 2,700 hours or something like that. I've been playing a long time. And I'm just sort of burned out on the game. There's nothing for me. And some people probably only subscribe to this channel for Warframe, and I'm like, dude, yeah, I used to do a lot of Warframe content because there was stuff for me to talk about. There was things for me to do. I was at the height of enjoying the game. But nowadays, not so much. Here's a few problems I have with Warframe. There is no sustainable content, especially for veterans like me. If you have been playing the game for any amount of time, over 2 years, then you're likely pretty much starting to run out of things to do. Because I think Warframe only has about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, maybe 2.5 years worth of content if you want to do all the quests and go for absolutely everything, all primes, all frames, all weapons, all Kuva variants, all Tenet variants, all of that, all kit guns, blah blah blah. That might take you about a year and a half to 2 years, as long as you don't, grind all of it out in like a year. It takes a long time. There's a lot of content in the game, but I'm past all of it. The next thing is the major updates are so unbelievably infrequent. So I remember the days where I remember the droughts, but I also remember huge updates like Fortuna dropping and me just being flooded with things to do. The Exploiter Orb became a thing, and I started to do that like crazy because I really like the Exploiter Orb boss. It's a good boss. It's one of the only good bosses in the game, that and the Archons. The Archons are sweet, but I'm not very interested in them anymore because I don't really need to do them anymore. And 9 times out of 10, there's a Mirage or Chroma that's just going to one-shot them in the second phase, and that's the end of the fight. Because we're too OP. And another thing, Warframe doesn't have PvP. Shut up, no it doesn't, the Conclave doesn't count. I guess technically it does, but there is no sustainable, fun, engaging PvP. If they ever make Necromech PvP, I did a video on that a very long time ago, and a few people commented saying that, yeah, this actually sounds like a fantastic idea, the way you talked about it. I'm like, thank you. But, first off, thanks for that. But, like, there is no real PvP in the game, and that is such a big shame for a game as big as this, and it's free to play. It's basically PvE only. A solid PvP mode would give this game even more life. I know it's a pretty popular game. There's a lot of people playing it. Same thing with Payday 2. But it just kind of sucks. It kind of it's a little annoying that they took the Necromechs and didn't do anything with them. That is DE's biggest problem. They introduce something and it's another content island. It's not anything really. Oh, but you use the Necromech in like the new war, or you use it in the Orphix Venom thing. Yeah, but that's it. And also, they ruined Orphix Venom. Give us new operations that are on Orphix Venom's level. And this might sound controversial, but I kind of liked Scarlet Spear. I thought it was fine. But that's just me. We need more operations where it's like a community effort. We're actually going towards something, and we can unlock things that are, awesome. The arcanes that you basically have to do the freaking either the Orphic stuff, which is only in Railjack, so no, and also the scaling on it is awful. To get anything worthwhile, first off, you basically have to have a Necromech that is fully kitted out and a Necromech gun that is fully kitted out and can take on Steel Path. You basically need all that, and that's very obnoxious. And you have to stay in the mission for an extremely long time. And that isn't fun after a while because, oh my god. And the Eidolons, I've talked about the Eidolons to death. They're garbage. I don't care if you love Eidolons. We can all agree that they are not well designed. They just aren't. It really sucks that DE isn't prioritizing giving these old game modes, these old things in the game, new life. One of the only game modes in the game that is still just awesome is Disruption, because it's actually interesting. There's interesting things going on, and I'm still waiting for a Void Disruption with Void Corruption and all other nonsense that could happen. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But are we ever going to get that? I don't know. It would also make getting relics that are only in the Void a whole lot easier and more fun. That's the big problem with Warframe. One of the big problems. It just isn't fun after a while. It gets old really quick. If you've played the game as much as I have, I mean, you're probably playing other games, aren't you? There's no difficulty, which, whatever. There's no sustainability. There's no replay value for a lot of the things in the game. There's dead game modes that are just content islands and do absolutely nothing. The syndicate system is not great and there's nothing worthwhile. There just isn't any reason for me to really play Warframe, and this comes all the way around to me recording it. If I'm this bored of a game that I'm making another video on why I'm bored of it, why the fuck would I ever make another Warframe video? I know they do well on my channel. I don't really care. What annoys me is that when I do other things that I'm having actual fun with, and nobody cares about it because it's not Warframe. Do you know how discouraging that is? And how annoying that is? Now, I have never said I'm one for views. I barely ever said like and subscribe. I think I said it in the past. I'm just here to have a good time. And Warframe is not a good time. If it is for you, great. That's awesome. Play what you want. Do what you want. But me? No. How many times can I go over the same exact build on different guns? Seriously. Yes, I have diversified and I have... I use guns that a lot of people don't use just because I find them fun. I don't care about, there's no such thing as this thing, but meta in Warframe. No, shut up. There is no meta. I don't want to hear it. A game as open-ended as Warframe? No. Just like how there's barely a meta in Payday 2. Oh, but Death Sentence 1 down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Mayhem where I used to play. And I don't play Payday 2 anymore because it's a janky, buggy, non-fun mess. And the community are... Some of the community members are absolute assholes. I've met quite a few, and that just soured my taste of the game. Fantastic. I'm waiting for Payday 3. That game is probably going to be awesome, because it's not going to be on that janky engine. Anyway, it's just, like, dude, Warframe doesn't have anything for me. It doesn't have anything I want to talk about or record. Yes, I did do that Volt video, but I wanted to show off Volt because I don't know how many people play him, but he's fun. He's a fun frame, and that is the major thing that I have problem with Warframe. Not everything in it is fun. There are a few things that are fun to me, but others are just boring. The new frame for Runa? No thanks. Steel Path? Well, it gets dull after a while, and, well, if you play Mag, you one-shot the Acolytes, so, you one-shot the Acolytes anyway with a lot of weapons, like the Nidoruk. Well, it's more like a two-shot, but still. So basically, if Warframe gets a huge update where they add a new game mode, and they add, or several new game modes, or they touch up on old game modes, maybe I'll do a video on it. But don't be surprised if I, never do anything Warframe related again. 'Cause I've had enough of Warframe for a while. I need a break from it, especially recording it. I know I did take a break, but I just have to hammer this into people's heads. If you have subscribed just for Warframe, you are shit out of luck for a while, for probably a year or more, or forever. But if you have subscribed just because you like my personality, if you subscribe for all the other games I play, Devil May Cry 5, I'm starting to play Shatterline, you know, all the other things I've done, the talk and fiction stuff, if you subscribe for that stuff, awesome. There's going to be stuff for you that you're going to want to watch. So, that's just basically what it boils down to. This winded explanation can basically be summed up. I'm burned out on Warframe, especially doing content for it. It isn't fun for me. I've been playing the game for like 5 years now, Jesus. And no, Warframe just doesn't have anything for me. And if that upsets you, unsubscribe. I don't care. Goodbye. If that really upsets you that I'm not doing Warframe anymore, where I'm not talking about the same build everybody does, or the same build for every single weapon, here's every single build for my weapons. Spoilers. It is the galvanized mods with an arcane, punch through, elemental, and crits. 9 times out of 10. Well, 8 times out of 10. That's it. That's every single gun in the game. Every single melee, condition overload, weeping wounds, etc., etc., etc. All the melee weapons are basically reskins anyway, especially in the same classes. Like there's no difference between the Prisma Scana and say whatever the heck Sword Prime or, you know, Broken War or whatever. They're the same weapon. Anyway, all that being said, again, Warframe content is basically going to halt from here on out unless something unbelievably major happens with the game. If the game gets good PvP, which it won't, I don't see that happening, then I'll do videos on it. Then it'd be fun again. But I know why a lot of people have found this channel through Warframe. It's because I did it a lot, and the algorithm is probably skewed to me wanting to upload more Warframe for more channel views and all that bullcrap. But I'm not doing it. I'm not slaving myself. I'm not forcing myself to play a game that I have no passion for. Do you guys really want me to be as annoyed as I was in that Vault video? Every single video? Do you really want to hear me annoyed? I don't think you do. I hate it when I see content creators forcing themselves to play games that they otherwise would never play, because they don't sound like they're having fun anymore. And that makes me click off the video. I don't know about you, but it's not fun for me. And I really feel like people are subscribing just for Warframe and not me, not the content creator, not my personality. Even though I'm not very funny, I understand, but come on, dude. Profile pic of a hat be damned, I'm a real life person. Anyway, Talkin' Fiction is gonna probably make a return soon, so keep your eyes out for that. As well as I might cover more SCPs. Maybe. No O1 proposals. I've seen them all. No, none of that. There's like a million of them anyway. Anyway, I hope you guys understand. And I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, in Trilby, we trust.
That's enough.